Hello, everybody, and welcome to Swindler's Den. We are back here with Glory of the Giants. It's been a while. I know last time I said it's been a while, and then we're like, hey, here we are, and then we left again. That's the unfortunate nature of the winter time during holidays, especially. People working extra hard, people spend time with families. But we should be getting back in the swing of things in the new year. 2025 is here, and so are we. So with that, let's introduce our players in case you forgot who they are or you're some reason joining us in the middle of the campaign. We're going to start off with Grizlocke.
Hey, I'm Grizlocke. Don't mind me as I try and fix the webcams that have changed again. How's it going, everybody? Did I say my name's Grizlocke? I did, didn't I?
You did.
I play Kelborn Kerrigan, the half-elf ranger, fighter, all-around handsome man, future king of flowers, and that's about it, I think. The owner of one T-Rex.
Ooh, one T-Rex. Speaking of being an owner of a T-Rex, we have Barely Caffeinated.
Hey, I'm Barely Caffeinated. I have really short arms. Tonight I'll be playing as Siegfried, the ASMR cleric. Grave domain cleric. Yeah, did I miss anything? I don't remember. It's been a long time.
If you want to shout your channels out or socials or whatever you can.
Yeah, you can catch me over at Crits and Coffee. I've been running Phandelver and Below the Shattered Obelisk with a few of these familiar faces here. So check that out. We're also doing a honor mode, finally, run of Baldur's Gate 3. So come root us on. It's our first attempt.
Nice. Speaking of being a first attempt, we have DrPhage.
Hello, I'm DrPhage, or Adam. I'll be playing Benjamin Koalana, the half-elf warlock. I don't make content independently, but I'm on a bunch of other people's stuff in various different places. So I'm on Barely stuff, I'm on Interdimensional Library, and then I'm here. So it's lots of fun.
Nice. And last but not least, we have Kyle.
Hey, I'm Kyle. I'll be playing Kevforn, the half-elf fighter paladin. And you can catch me on Marvel Rivals.
Hi, and I am the DM, BakaZombie. You can find me on my YouTube or my Twitch, BakaZombie, or my Twitter, @ZombieBaka. Also, I've been streaming on other channels. If you go to Swindler's Den Discord, in our promote section, I'll promote when I'm other places other than my own channel. So with that, let's do a little bit of a recap for both the players and the viewers. Last time, our group had made their way to the Stormhorns, a mountain range in the southern part of Faerun, where they knew that there was a stronghold of fire giants. And they were making their way around there, figuring out what's going on, when they found a large iron door that's a little bit more well used, that they didn't want to get caught going through. So they saw off to the side a steam vent that seemed to have some kind of opening down into the stronghold. Unfortunately, the steam vent did have a few predators hanging out above it. There were a flock of prydons, as well as, once they chased those away, they found 3 wyverns that had descended down. One left with the prydons, but the other 2 stayed, and our group had to quickly dispatch them, kind of just beating up on them after holding them down on the ground, and easily dispatching of the wyverns. From there, they descended down into a extinct magma chamber that no longer had its magma inside, but instead a field of fire flowers, as well as these enormous cinder moths that clung to the ceilings of the magma chamber. They descended down, sent their griffins back so that it wouldn't burn up in the heat of this place, and started making their way through this field of fire flowers, where they quickly found out that moving a little bit too hastily through them would cause the fire flowers to drop their cinder pollen and react amongst the other fire flowers, causing more cinders to fall, but more importantly, causing the cinder moths to descend down and ignite the fire flowers into fireball explosions. And so our group made their way through the flowers as quickly and carefully as they could, some flying over, some moving different directions so they aren't all getting hit by fireballs at the same time. But eventually they made their way through with only some minor burns thanks to their heat-resistant potions that they had taken. Now our group has regathered. They are taking a quick rest, and I want to kind of rejoin the group during the short rest here. I know we kind of ended off with you walking down the chamber, but we're going to return to the short rest for just a moment. Because as you are all sitting and catching your breath, tending to your wounds, Kevhorn, you're kind of leaning against the wall of this magma tube. And your eyes kind of flutter for a moment as you are resting, finding yourself in kind of a light slumber. But as your eyes flicker, you're seeing your group around you kind of patching themselves up. In one moment you see your group, and the next you see a foggy forest above you as you're looking up, and you see a female face above you looking down at you. She's got kind of kneeling down looking over you, and you hear a little bit of a skirmish. Like you hear some arrows whizzing in the not too far away from you, and pained yowls of some kind of creature. This woman looks down at you and then looks over to where there must be other people she's with, and you hear her say, "It's another one." And as she turns back to look at you, as your eyes flicker again, you hear her say, "No, don't." And then you see your friends once again.
Do you need me to kiss that boo-boo for you, Benjamin? I find that it helps quite a bit.
I'm okay. Thank you, though.
I guess I don't, but do I recognize a woman's face?
No, you don't recognize her face. I will say she had elven features, though not like... The ears were a little bit shorter, so probably half elven. Long, black raven hair. Seemed to have some kind of like quiver on her back, but that's all you really saw in that brief moment.
And was it like a full-on scuffle?
From what you can tell, it sounded like there was people shooting arrows at some monster. It seemed under control. It wasn't like a full-on like brawl happening. It seemed like somebody was driving off a monster with arrow fire. And she wasn't part of this. She seemed to be tending to you. But whatever was happening was close by.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything anybody else wants to do during this short rest, or shall we keep moving?
I'll kiss Benjamin's boo-boo.
See, now doesn't that feel better?
Oh, not really, but I appreciate it, I guess.
I suppose there was enough love in that kiss.
You should give it a try, Kelborn.
No, it's all right. You've already kissed it. That'd be like we were kissing, you know.
Just let that hang in the air for a moment.
Anyways, should we keep going?
Yeah, I can have Huey scout in front of us a ways as we start making our entry into the fortress to hopefully give us a heads up.
All right.
Solid.
You send Huey ahead down these tunnels. Again, it's like this obsidian-colored black rock that make up these tunnels. You begin walking down. It is getting hotter as you go, but it's kind of just like an incredibly hot day for you because of these fire-resistant potions that you've taken, these souped-up fire-resistant potions. And Huey heads ahead. As Huey does have Huey do a perception check for me. And if anybody wants to do their own perception checks as you walk, you can as well. Depends on how much you trust Huey, I guess.
He's kind of a shit scout, but
15.
15.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Huey also got a 15.
All right.
He is invisible.
Okay, cool. Also, everybody give me stealth check. If you're trying to be stealthy, that is. If you're just kind of meandering, go for it. Otherwise, you can do stealth checks if you'd like.
You should probably be stealthy after
At least
last.
at least attempt to be stealthy. Ooh! I got a dirty 20 on stealth.
Everyone, we should try to be stealthy.
We get a nat 1 over for a cowboy.
No, I got a 2, but
I got a 4.
Oh, lordy Lou, folks.
I got an 11 with disadvantage.
Okay, that's the second best.
Mine-
Not a
mine's-
good sign.
my 2 is a 8, so it's,
Okay. So luckily for you guys, as Huey scouts ahead, he doesn't see anything right away. He's going ahead. Eventually, another tunnel connects to this one, but it seems to be going in the direction of where that door was to get in from the original entrance, or the main entrance, I should say, to this space. But Huey does see like a glowing light coming up ahead. It seems to be opening to a bigger chamber. I'll say with the dirty 20, Siegfried, it's incredibly far off. You can't really tell how far, and it might be amplified because of the chamber moving sound through it a lot more easily. But you hear a ringing like metal on metal, very, very, very faintly. It's almost like it's very consistent as well, just like ding, 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 but very faint.
Okay.
Sounds like a washer.
There might be a pack of washers up ahead. No, I hear some clanging up ahead. I can't tell quite how far.
Huey is getting close to a larger chamber that seems to have a large light source in it. I mean, I'm assuming it's coming from there, but I can have him at least scout into that room. It might be forges. The giants seem to be fairly industrious, the fire giants.
All right. Well, Huey continues forward, as do all of you. Eventually, Huey does come into where this light source is coming from. As he enters this next chamber, it opens up into this incredibly large space. The path that he was following continues forward into it's like a wooden bridge, but it's not quite wood, which you're not entirely sure what the material is, but it makes sense it's not wood because it's over this large river of lava that kind of opens up into more of a not well, I guess it would be lake size, especially because it's more fire giant size, but this large pool of lava where he can see there are fire giants around it, and there are these other strange beasts with them. See, as he enters this space, he sees a bubble kind of begin to form in this lake of lava towards one of the shore sides. And coming out of the lava are these enormous horns that kind of flatten almost like a moose's, but not as wide. And they kind of scoop some of the lava with it as it comes up. And connected to these horns are these large buffalo-like creatures. You can see the lava kind of pours off of them. They have this very almost like wiry-looking fur that seems to repel the lava, but does give off this glowing heat as if it is being heated up by the lava. As it lifts itself out of the lava lake, you can see strapped to it are two large containers that seem to scoop the lava up with it as it gets out of the lake and comes up onto the shore side, and kind of gets led away by one of the fire giants who are bringing it to where this up to where this ladder is, and begins walking it across to this next tunnel on the other side. Further down, Huey does see there seems to be like living chambers built into the walls of this chamber along the lakeside, and then further down past as well seems to be more like residential area.
So we're just to make sure I have this right in my head. Coming up into an area, we have the big lava river and lava lake. There's a ladder on the path that goes
like a bridge across, yeah.
Okay, so a bridge across that that leads to like the residential areas. Are there any other paths, or is it just the bridge across?
So the bridge across doesn't lead to the residential areas. It seems to lead into another tunnel. That chamber closed off into another tunnel where the bridge goes. There's like paths that come up to the bridge and around the side of the lake that lead to the residential areas, and then further beyond into more residential areas after the lake ends.
Okay. How much cover does it look like the bridge has? Like, are there like short, like solid walls on the side, or is it more like a chain link fence? Not obviously chain link, but
it's like made of connected links of metal to withstand the heat that is in this space. But yeah, it doesn't seem like a ton of cover, but if timed rightly, the people that are working down in the lake space don't seem to be looking for people running across, especially small folk like yourselves running across it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll relay all of that to everyone, because I'm assuming I'm popping into Huey's eyes every so often to actually see these things. So I can do limited illusory magic to kind of distract them if we think it's going to be necessary, or we can just try to make a dash across the bridge to the other side and hope we aren't noticed. I mean, dash in quotes. We can move as stealthily as needed.
I say the bridge.
I think I might have hit my head pretty hard during one of those explosions. What is our goal down here again?
We're trying to find the totem, the fire giant totem.
That's right.
For you.
For me.
Yeah, it was gonna be for you, buddy.
You're all so nice.
Also, potentially, if we can figure out what the fire giants are up to, because they seem to be on the side of King Hreg, but aren't really engaging in the war as everyone else is. So there might be some ulterior motive.
Maybe they're just the like the inventors, the forger. They make the weaponry for the army.
It's very possible.
Not so much the fighting force.
They were trying to steal the magic anvil from... Oh, I don't remember the name of it. Utengald, that's what it is.
Hey, it didn't hit my head that hard.
So that might be related to whatever they're working on, if they're working on some large magical crafting. Something to be on the lookout for, at least.
So if you were a fire giant, where would you stash your totem?
Probably with the leader of the giants. That's where they seem to...
Hey.
Whatever. Do we know? Oh, let me search back through my thoughts if we have a name for the fire giant. Nope. Whoever the leader of them might be. Yeah, no, I don't got any for the fire giants. That would be my assumption, either with him or with them. Possibly in a vault, some place of honor. They seem to value them quite highly.
Okay. How do we find this out? Should we... I don't know. Is there a way to ask the locals without them, becoming aware?
Probably not. If we absolutely need to, I could potentially do some again, some illusory stuff to make an illusion the size of a fire giant. You can make one at least 20 feet tall. That feels pretty close to the size of a fire giant. I think it'll be. My assumption is that it's going to be in this, like, the fortress or the palace is going to be in the center of this area, and then we start snooping around in that for a vault or a bedroom.
All the smoke down here is really getting to me.
Yes.
All right, so we continue on, I assume. How are we entering this chamber?
I think stealthily, and then if needed, I can do some illusion magic to try and distract or hide us.
All right, give me stealth checks.
Oh no, I rolled bad.
21.
3.
I got an 8. I just rolled badly, guys. I only have a +1.
Would
I
get
got
more
3.
Oh, what'd Keflorn get?
Yeah.
A 4.
Oh, great.
4.
That went from me screaming my head off to being now I'm the only quiet one.
As you're trying to make your way into this chamber as stealthily as you can, you begin to hear footsteps coming up to your left, so the path that would be coming up to the bridge. You hear footsteps, and you hear as one of these large buffaloes that's being led up here begins lowing really loudly, and you can hear it kind of scuttering as if it's trying to back away from the space that you are all in. You hear the fire giant that's leading, like, "Oh, what's going on? There's something scaring you up there."
I'm going to. This is so stupid and minuscule. I'm going to minor illusion a rat like 30 feet away and just have it like scurry like it's going across the across the pathway. This is a cantrip to start. I don't want to burn spell slots if I don't have to.
Give me a deception.
Oh, come on. Okay, that's a 17 deception.
You hear this, "Oh, you dumb beast, it's just a rat, it'll burn up in moments, just keep walking." As he continues walking towards you but turns to go on the bridge, you can see this fire giant leading this large lava buffalo across the bridge. You can see the bridge is like bending under its weight, but seems to be holding it up, so it should be more than strong enough to hold all of you. And you can see too, as this thing is starting to cross the bridge, the hair that would heat up and like start to glow orange when it came out of the lava is now starting to cool a little bit and starting to harden up. It's a little bit less malleable now, but yeah, they continue to walk across, or begin to walk across.
I have the minor
What
illusion.
does the other side look like?
The other side is about 120 feet away from you, and it closes up back into another similar tunnel that you are currently exiting from.
We follow closely behind those.
I mean, that's like the way forward, because the only other thing in the lava area are just like house-looking areas.
Yeah, they
and
just
the
seem
bridge
to be
is
like-
the way forward, seemingly.
Yep. Yeah, and he's crossing the bridge to the tunnel that is on the other side.
Yeah, I think I mean, that's where we need to go. We can give him some space, but hopefully he won't notice us as we go across as well.
Keflorn starts to stand up, slowly following the
You
guy.
begin moving across after him. with the buffalo and the giant walking on the bridge already causing so much creaking and swaying already, you were easily able to mask your movements, having already distracted him with the rat, and follow behind after him, being so small that anybody below you wouldn't be able to see you anyway. So you kind of scoot across with this fire giant and buffalo.
I want to use the spores. What's Tarvalar's name in this?
the dream keeper or the storyteller?
Storyteller, sure. I'll go with that. I want to message him and say, you wouldn't happen to know the name of the leader of the fire giants, would you?
Well, let me roll for it, bud. I'll see what I can get for you.
I don't know what that means, but right.
Oh, I rolled pretty good. Well, from what I can tell, they have an incredibly old ruler right now. Duke Hitzel is his name.
Duke Hitzel.
Might be on his way out from what I hear, but...
Where's he going?
Dying, I think, is what's going on. Incredibly old.
Oh, so, like, if we were to try to assassinate him, he wouldn't put up much of a fight.
I didn't hear anything.
Like, he's so old that he wouldn't put up a good fight.
Oh, from what I hear, and again, hard to get birds down there. A little bit too warm for them, but word on the wind is that he's pretty bedridden at this point. So,
does he have a successor?
A son, I believe. Not sure on his name.
Well, thank you, storyteller.
Oh, I do what I can when I can. All right, bud. Call whenever.
Okay.
All right. You make your way across this bridge and start entering the chamber. It does get a little bit narrow for the fire giant himself, especially with these large horns that this buffalo has. So he goes in front of it and is leading it with this metal chain link lead that it's connected to its muzzle, and continues pulling. And you can see it's just carrying these 2 barrels of lava. Sometimes the lava will slosh over and harden on the ground. And you can tell looking down that even this lava that lands on the ground is quickly stepped on by other buffalo and kind of made flat enough to keep this trail flat for traveling on. And you make your way and continue. And before too long, you start getting to what seems to be, you hear a lot of noise. It seems to be a lot of talking, a lot of things being moved around, just like a busy life up ahead. And also the Siegfried, this hammering that you heard earlier, is now gotten much louder, almost like a continuous ringing that's prominent in your ears. Nothing that seems to bother the fire giant at all, but it is like a thrumming within your body, coming from, it's getting louder as you descend down into this place.
Through the spores, that sound I heard earlier is getting even louder. Are you able to hear it yet?
Baka, can we hear it?
Yep, all of you can hear it at this point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Can I, is Huey far enough ahead to see what's in this room?
Yeah, if you want to send him ahead, you could.
Yeah, I definitely will.
You can see that this place opens up into a very large space similar to the one you were in previously. But instead of a large lava lake that kind of descends down underneath the path that you're on, it opens up into essentially what looks like a giant marketplace. You can see vendors selling foods and wares to people, and very typical street life. A lot of metal as opposed to like wood booths or things that you would see in your typical marketplaces that you're used to. Just incredibly large scale market. I will say for Huey as well, he does see the path kind of splits 3 ways in this marketplace. It either continues straight ahead, which seems to lead into a large obsidian. It looks like a wall, but it's also carved to look like a very a well-made fortress wall, but it's not freestanding. It's just built into the wall up ahead. To the left, Huey can see a couple of these buffalo being led down the path to the left, and their barrels are empty that they're bringing over there. And then to the right, the ringing is incredibly loud from the right path.
We should probably just investigate what that is, right?
Yes, either we can, or as we move in, I can send Huey over as well, so we at least have eyes on what's happening over there.
Right.
Because it feels like at least the fortress is up ahead, where this Duke Hitzel is likely to be.
What are the odds that this Duke, if he's so old and brittle, is the one with the totem?
50-50.
You think? All right.
I was thinking the same thing though. Is it
What if he's so old that we can trick him that we're his son and be like, Father, where did we put that totem? I've forgotten. Or something.
Certainly a possibility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, 50-50 if they allowed him to keep it because it's like a ceremonial important thing and he's still the leader, or if the son took it because he's effectively the leader since his father is bedridden.
Great. we may be able to get some information through the father.
Potentially, yes. I'm gonna have Huey go through and go down to the right-hand path where we're hearing the ringing. I'm also going to, and I'll let you guys know, I'm gonna stay in his senses for longer because I'm assuming we're not moving into this market area until we have a better idea of what's up ahead. Because I'm trying to also catch any bits of conversation that sound like they might be useful to us, since I do speak giant, as I'm flying through here and doing the investigation.
All right. Just looking some rules here.
Rules? Who needs rules?
He's invisible.
I need Kelborn to do a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, no.
Kelborn? Why does Kelborn have to do that?
Me, oh my. Saving throw?
Yes.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, all right. Huey continues on.
Oh no, I think I know what just happened.
I don't.
Nothing. He goes down the right path. This ringing, when you're in Huey's senses, as you get closer, it just overtakes your entire being. Like that's all Huey can sense is just this ring. It's hitting. I know it's like a demon thing, but like the waves of this concussive sound are hitting Huey and almost making his whole body shudder every single hit. And it's just clang, 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 just over and over again. As he makes his way into this chamber. Again, it's another tunnel, but it's very much a shorter tunnel, not like these longer paths that you've been taking getting in between chambers. Opens up into kind of a smaller chamber where Huey sees about I want to say 7 anvils made into like a semicircle. The one in the center is much larger than the other 3 on either side of it. The 3 on either side do have fire giants all working at their anvils. They're almost working in a rhythm where it's the one hammer will start on one end and it'll go down the row as they hit. Very fluid in tandem working ethic here. But in the center of the semicircle on the ground, there seems to be some kind of carvings that lead from the anvils into the center, but they just seem to be carved into this obsidian ground underneath them. But it of course, through 3 large fires that seem, you can see a couple of those big cylinders that the buffalo were carrying lava in, sitting next to these fire kilns areas. And you see 2 larger fire giants as well. Seem to be 2 female fire giants looking over this space, kind of watching over these 6 other fire giants working. Their hair, it's a little more distinct than the other fire giants. It almost seems to be flowing lava that as they move around, it'll kind of drip onto the ground and begin to, it kind of stays hot for a little longer just because the space is so warm. But again, one of those things where if they step on it, it gets flattened into the ground, much like the buffalo were doing. So it keeps the ground nice and flat. But yeah, that's what Huey is seeing in here.
Can I try to do a Arcana check through Huey's eyes to see like what these, like if the symbols are purely just like for decoration or if they have like a magical purpose to them?
Yeah, do an Arcana.
Ooh, that's an 18.
An 18. These, so the engravings definitely do have some kind of arcane nature to them. They seem to start in the center of the semicircle and then spread out to the anvils. Especially a lot of them seem to go to this big main anvil that's currently not being used. But a lot of the thicker, almost runes and etchings seem to lead to that. And they seem to be some kind of channeling rune.
And there isn't, like, they're all working on things, but there isn't anything in the center. It is just these carvings.
Empty center. But yeah, it seems to be some kind of rune that would channel magical energy from that space to outwards to where these other etchings are going towards. I will also say tons of weapons in here, but there are, every once in a while, a buffalo will come in and carry out weapons to the marketplace and beyond.
Okay.
Are we doing the Grimforge right now?
Does it just seem like the people at the anvils are working on weapons of sorts, or do they seem to be working on something else?
A lot of them are working on weapons. Every once in a while, there's some armor being worked on as well.
Okay.
But yeah, for the most part, it seems very militaristic based workings. There are pieces around the room that aren't weapons or armor, but that doesn't seem to be their focus right now.
Okay. I'll relay that to everyone. I mean, it's mostly the war munitions that they're making right now. It does look like they can do magical craftings in there. There's some sort of channeling ruin from the center of the room to the anvils if they're making something more magical, but they didn't seem to be doing that right now. I don't know if it's similar to Utengald and that anvil, but seems to be standard weapons and armor at this moment. There's a fire giantess who seemed to be overseeing all of it. Whether or not she's important, I don't know, but seems to be a forge master of sorts.
Obviously, the totem is very important, but do you think there would be a way to sabotage their production?
Possibly. I don't know how quickly or easily we could do that. If it is disrupting those ruins, I think that would certainly set them back.
Could kill their main blacksmith.
Yes. It'll be logistically tricky to pull that off. Unless we do have a certain amount of time. If when we get inside or somewhere else, we find a place to wait until nightfall or whenever they go to sleep and try to ambush them as they're sleeping. We do have a day to do what we need to do in here. We don't need to rush necessarily into one course of action or another.
Could blow up the tunnel, break the bridge.
I don't know if they're bothered by lava, though. I think the bridge might just be for convenience rather than necessity. I also don't have anything that's blow upable in my magic. It's not exactly what I'm built for.
We need to change.
I'm trying.
Okay.
Do any of the buffalo with weapons seem to be going inside of the fortress?
There are a couple that go into the fortress.
Are these buckets big enough for us to hide in?
Yes, they are made to carry a lot of giant weaponry. So you would be in amongst blades, but you could if you were in a weapon bucket.
Yeah. That's a possibility if we can hitch a ride in one that's going inside of the castle and not going back to the lava lake.
I feel like that's the best idea so far. But why would they be bringing weapons into the fortress? I mean, into the castle?
The storage or for the royal guards there.
I suppose, yeah. As long as that's where they're going, then I think it's our best bet so far.
I think it might be a way for us to actually get through whatever possible gate is going to be up ahead, as opposed to us sneaking through. If we can get close enough to one that is heading in that direction and then climb in the buckets.
Yeah.
I think we have to get closer into this market, though, before we'll be able to see which ones are going inside, though. Because I wouldn't trust any of the ones coming from behind us that they would be going inside of the castle right away.
All right. So it sounds like we're going to start moving our way into the marketplace. Now, this is a very busy place. We'll need new stealth checks, but I will give advantage to everybody because it's very loud and there's a lot of large feet moving around and wagons, and buffalo, and fire giant children running between shops and things like that. So
Thank you for the advantage.
Yes.
Nat 20 for 26.
Ooh, a nat 20. Let's go.
I got a dirty 20 instead of the 5 I would have gotten.
12.
12.
Me too.
It's not bad. It's above 10.
You guys start making your way into this busy marketplace, dodging as these enormous feet move past you. You're kind of all dipping in between booths and like walking underneath carts as they go past. And at one point, you're all kind of trying to dive behind a cart as this large metal ball starts rolling towards you, and Kevhorn's able to pull Siegfried with them as you dive behind one of these shops as a couple of fire giant kids come running past you, going after the ball. But you continue forward, and before long, you make your way to this essentially an intersection where these three paths meet. And give me a D20 roll. If it's above a 10, there will be a buffalo coming with weapons. Okay. If not, you might have to wait a little longer.
I can do it. It was my idea. 11.
Barely.
You have to wait a couple minutes, but before long, you start seeing this large buffalo being led by what seems to be more well-armored and dressed fire giant, rather than like the ones wearing these large leather aprons that were working down by the lakeside. You see these long swords and morning stars and things clanking on the insides of these cylinders that this buffalo is carrying. It seems to be they're turning towards the fortress doors. If you would like to all give me either acrobatics or athletics check to try and climb up these cylinders to get inside. And then we'll deal with the repercussions of getting inside of one of these cylinders from there.
Can I give like advantage to Siegfried if I like give myself disadvantage or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I'd allow that.
Okay. I'm going to boost Siegfried up by like, putting my hands down and having him step and try and heft him, but that kind of puts me so I'm further back and I have to like really leap at it.
I like it.
Good thing you did that.
Not a good thing. My disadvantage is not great, but I got a +8, so it's not a huge deal.
I got 15.
15?
12. Oh, sorry. Disadvantage. I actually rolled a 4 and a 3, so I got an 11.
An 11. All right.
I got
17.
14.
14. All right. Yeah. Everybody kind of starts scrambling up. Siegfried gets a boost from Kelborn. He's a couple steps behind, but is able to grasp on before the buffalo gets too far from him and starts clambering up. You all make your way up into this essentially a satchel cylinder full of weapons as they're getting close to the door. As you all kind of plop in amongst these blades, I need dexterity saves from everybody.
Oh boy.
To avoid getting hit by any of these weapons while you're in the moving cylinder as this buffalo kind of rocks back and forth as it walks.
What is up with this number today? That's a 10. I keep rolling 4s. 4s and...
I got an 18.
Ooh.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
15.
10.
15. I'll say it's very minor. You kind of get nicked. Kelborn, just take 3 points of damage as you kind of fall in with your friends. You're the last one in, and just kind of dive in right as they're making it to the doors, and just get a minor injury as you fall in. But you're able to kind of put yourself in between the flats of the blades, so you're not getting cut up as it's moving back and forth.
I would like Huey to be like sitting on the edge of this pouch that we're in, and then I'm like just fully inside of his vision so that I can see where we're going kind of as it's happening, and I'll be sporzing to everyone what's happening as we're approaching things.
All right. To move inside of this space, let's actually get different music just so we're not listening to the same Firesong the whole time. We'll listen to a different Firesong. You make your way inside of these large doors. You hear them creak open, kind of more of the sliding of the stone on stone as it's crossing the floor. And you enter what looks like a welcoming space, a warming area in an already hot space that has a couple of different doors. This buffalo seems to be turning to the right, being led to the right. What seems to go downwards a little bit more, a large ramp going down underneath this fortress. But Huey does see 2 doors on the far side. Seem to go to the same room because there's just like a large centerpiece statue in between the 2 of them. But each of them have a fire giant guarding them. And then there's also another hallway to the left that seems to be pretty empty at this point.
Okay. We seem to be heading down. Do we want to go a short distance down there and then see if we can climb out and escape? So that we're not deep in the armory, wherever these are going?
But what if there's cool stuff in the armory?
I mean, that's the question. Do we want to wait until we're in the armory and try to leave, or leave now? Because we do have at least one path that's unguarded.
You know what? Even better, let's split up, gang.
I don't like that option.
Look, I feel like we do already have a lot of cool things.
But we could have more cool things. I'll take whatever I can get if we're gonna fight off what seems like the end of the war.
All right, all in favor of getting more cool things, raise your hand.
Well, I am, but I don't know if that qualifies for me going to the armory. Those are kind of two different questions, in my opinion.
3-1.
Suck.
All right. So the buffalo begins going down the ramp. What's the plan, gang?
We jumping?
I would actually like to vote for jumping out now.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I think that was the vote. It was 3 for jumping, 1 for armory.
All right. Who all jumps then?
Jump.
So I want to give the choice for people to not go with the group if you don't want to, but it's up to you.
Oh, that's tempting. No,
You're so on your own if you don't jump out now.
Ready? Let's go.
All right, we have 3 jumping. Kevhorn, do you jump with them?
I'm not playing that type of character. I'm jumping.
Okay. Everybody give me a dexterity saving throw as you jump about 15 feet out of.
Fair.
16.
I got an 8 on that one.
18.
Really well
6,
tonight, see.
16.
Getting lucky.
19.
19. Everybody's able to kind of tuck and roll except for Benjamin, who does take 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yep. Just like fall and like twist my ankle.
Said I will kiss that later.
Actually, sorry. I rolled 2 dice. You should only take 8. 6. Sorry, not 8. 6.
Okay.
I did say 15 and then I rolled 2.
Benjamin up.
Yeah, kind of help him up.
Yeah,
As
We should have went to the armory.
this buffalo continues down the ramp, metal clanking as it carries it down. And you are in this ramp. You do know, again, the room that you go into does have 2 fire giant guards at 2 different doors. And then there's a hallway that was fairly empty. You saw a couple doors in there, but nothing that really stuck out.
Is this like essentially a T intersection where like the ramp and the hallway are across from each other, or is the unguarded hallway like?
Yeah, the ramp and the unguarded hallway are essentially across from each other, and then the 2 doors are in that room that those 2 are connected to.
Yeah. But it's not, the fire giants aren't like next to these hallways guarding doors.
Nope, they're on the far side of the room guarding doors.
Okay. I think we at least start with this hallway to see what's down here before we have to start trying to tangle with fire giants.
Agreed.
Keep to like the shadows out the far area of wherever these guys will be looking at us and looking across the hallway to the space to the other hallway.
All right, everybody give me stealth checks. Your normal stealth checks this time. This is a big empty room.
Okay. I got a 16.
Oh my goodness.
13.
I keep losing where we are on the map. Somewhere around there.
Or over here.
I have disadvantage on this, and I rolled a save number 12.
Thank you. Oh boy. What was that? A
I
stealth
got an
roll?
8.
Stealth roll, yep. Your normal one. If you have disadvantage, normally that's what you're rolling.
12.
13, 12, 16. What did Kevhorn get?
8.
8. All right. You start scurrying, taking the far side of the room to get to the other hall, and don't seem to get noticed. These guards don't seem like they're on high alert because they don't really have a bunch of people coming in here often. It just seems to be they're doing their job currently. And you make it to the far hall. You do see a couple of doors. None of them really stand out. There is like a red carpet running along this black obsidian floor. But yeah, sorry, I shouldn't say, but yeah, I have to actually tell you what you guys are seeing. The hallway goes down for about 50, 60 feet and then kind of curves up into a staircase that kind of curves around to your right.
Feels like things that are important are further up in palaces and castles.
Hey, but what if this is like upside down because it's underground? So like the deeper you go.
Well, then we should have stayed on the buffalo.
I'm sorry, Kevorn. I was wrong.
I can have Huey turn into a rat, a nasty little rat, and like scurry underneath. Yeah, I know you love being a rat. I think it's your favorite.
Yeah, I get to roll around and stuff.
Yeah. And have him like crawl underneath some of these doors just to see what's on the other side. I'm assuming there's enough of a gap on these giant doors for a rat to scurry under.
Just to be clear, I roll around and stuff when I'm an osprey too, but it's easier as a rat unless he scurs up.
Yeah, I know. It's you can really roll when you're a rat.
Give me a investigation check for Huey.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's kind of dumb.
Hey.
Oh, Huey's rolling good though. He got a 17 investigation.
17. There are 5 doors on this hallway before the staircase. They all seem to be guest rooms. None of them seem to be used though. So large, lavish bed, empty wardrobes, nothing of note in these 5 rooms.
These all seem like unused guest rooms at the moment, so there's nothing of note here.
All right. And then where to next?
Up the stairs?
Ready.
All right, you'll start ascending the stairs. Give me athletics checks, please. These are giant stairs.
Damn it.
That number again, 4. So that's that's a 12.
12,
It's a 15.
15,
10.
10.
Wait, no. Athletics. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, it's a 9. I forgot I have a -1 strength. I also have disadvantage because I have a tummy ache from my bracelet.
28.
28. There's quite a few stairs here, much like with the Cloud Giant castle. Benjamin, you do get a level of exhaustion.
I thought so.
Especially in this heat. It is incredibly hot here still. It's not as hot as it would have been in the forge, but still very hot here. But you do make it to the top of the stairs. Once up here, you do see there are 3 doors along like the walls of the hall, and then there is 1 door at the very end of the hall.
The door at the end of the hall has to be more important, right? I mean,
What's passive perceptions here?
11.
17.
14.
14.
I'll say everybody but Benjamin. Benjamin's like catching his breath, panting as he gets up the final stair, and the rest of you pull yourself up to the top stair and stare down this hallway. The rest of you hear like a low rumbling coming from the far door, and there's like pauses in it. There's like giants talking on the other side of this door.
Ooh.
Spore talk. Hey, there's people on the other side of the door. Well, you're in the rat form. Does he have the same abilities as a rat? Could he squeeze under the door?
Yeah.
Perhaps squeeze under there and see if we're looking at an old fart of a fire giant.
Yeah, I'll send Huey down and I'll be inside of his senses as he scrambles underneath this door.
All right, have Huey give me a stealth check with advantage since he's invisible.
Natural 20 for 23.
20. All right. And yeah, he scurries under the door. Right away, Huey sees 3 large giants sitting at this very elegant-looking round table. One, it seems to be a fire giant. He's very well armored. Like the collar of the armor almost looks like parapets, or like the like at the top of a castle wall where it's the square blocks. Like gold embellishments on black armor. Long fiery red hair. Like it seems like spike a little bit, and a little bit of a chin strap beard that's red as well. We sees a probably would describe her as a storm giant. Long white hair with these large curls in it. No, wait, sorry. She has very tight curls, so like long curly hair, and has like a pale purple blue kind of skin. Very elegant white dress. This is sitting on the far side of the table, and then sitting at this table as well is a familiar face to Huey. A tall, purple-skinned giant who seems to be wearing some kind of white coat, and spectacles on the end of his nose. This is the Fomorian Lord that you all faced in the Spring Court. And you can hear them talking. They seem to be in some kind of heated debate at first. So you hear the Fomorians. Well, if your little peon would have grabbed the anvil from Udengald, we would be able to enchant these weapons. I don't know if you are worthy to stand in the place of your father. And the fire giant slams the tables. I am more than worthy to take place of my father. Don't talk down. Just because of a single misstep doesn't mean any of our plans have gone under. As I seem to recall, you were also thwarted by the little folk in the Feywild. And the female storm giantess, your squabbling will get us nowhere. She kind of pauses for a moment, kind of looking off in the distance, and then she slams her hands down on the table, and there's a clap of thunder as she does. Get your guards here. The small folk are here.
Oh, no.
We're gonna take our break.
How does she know?
No. Fuck.
All right, all of you hear as chairs begin to scoot out from the table and the footsteps start making their way towards the door. What are we doing?
I'm like
in the hall at this point.
Motioning everyone down the stairs. They know we're here. I don't know how, but they know we're here. They know we're here. But they know we're here.
Ready? Let's go. Go.
All right, you start trying to make your way down these giant stairs. Let's do acrobatics on the way down.
Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, no, I'm at disadvantage for fucking everything.
Acrobatics or athletics?
I'll allow athletics.
Okay, that's gonna be a little better for me.
I got a 7.
13.
I think mine's 14 if I know how to do math. Yeah, 14.
Mine's 19. Could I help out the other two by going first and catching them on the way down?
I'm trying to think of how to make this matter mechanically, because I'm not necessarily doing a chase scene right now, but we could go into one, I guess. Yeah, let's go into a chase. Of course, I have to find the rules for chase now.
What's your Scooby-Doo?
We should have split up.
I believe we have to roll initiative for this, so let's do.
I stick my head in one doorway, and it appears in the doorway opposite side of the hall.
Okay. I love having exhaustion. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Oh, I forgot we're actually still recording. I didn't mute myself.
If you remember, you can cut some of this out since I'm trying to figure out rules anyway. But I won't expect you to.
Is this staircase lit?
Yes, there are fire.
Freaking lit, bro.
We lit in here. We litty. Right. Couple of NPC rolls here. Yikes. Double yikes. Double yikes. All right. Yeah. All right, let's get initiatives from all y'all. Anybody above a 20?
No.
Anybody-
Also, it was really cool while you were rolling. Your roll was like right on the beat, and there's like that drum hit.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Anybody above a 15?
Shit.
Oh, I forgot
guys,
my
come
roll.
on.
Hold on.
Doing so good, folks.
I got an 18.
Okay. At least Kevhorn's good at life.
Who got above a 10?
I got 12.
Nope.
I thought I wasn't gonna have to worry about the Giants because they all rolled so bad, but you guys also rolled bad, so
I got disadvantage because I'm exhausted. I'm a tired little boy.
So I'm trying to catch you in my arm.
I'm just a little guy.
little dude, little guy, little boy, little man.
All right, maybe it's time T-Rex just stands in the stairway.
Okay, how about this? What if me and Calborn take one of you and we backpack you guys down?
I do have another plan before the T-Rex because I'd like to save the T-Rex that doesn't involve us losing it.
All right, then who's got above a 5?
I got a 6.
Woo! Siegfried, what did you get?
0.
3.
Got a what? A 3?
3.
Alrighty, Pamighty. We got you. We got you. We got.
Oh, it may not. Ugh. Oh, God, I forget that they're casters, though. Okay, we'll see. It'll at least slow down some of them for a while.
And then we got Siegfried bringing up the rear. All right, we start with Kevhorn and Kelborn. Can kind of both go at the same time if you'd like. You are about 80 feet away from the door, going down the stairs at this point. What would you like to do? You can dash if you want, but we are going to be having you do Constitution rolls if you dash to keep your speed going.
Could I? The cold doesn't bother me, so I'll say, but can I Princess carry Benjamin down the stairs?
Give me an athletics check.
That is a 19.
19. You scoop up Benjamin in your arms, start hopping down these stairs, and you can make it down. I'll say you make it down. Do I want to be? No, you can pick them up by just your interact with objects. So you can do a dash if you'd like, or you can just move your normal movement speed.
Calborn's got Sieg, right?
You didn't re-roll a athletics check for that. I only rolled a 14, so I'm a little. I don't know if on a 14 I'll be able to pick Siegfried up. But this is what I'll do. It only lasts a minute though. Never mind.
I'm gonna dash. At least try.
Yeah, I'll just go my normal movement. I don't want to get too far ahead in case Siegfried falls or something.
All right. So with running, you can use the dash action up to 3 plus your Constitution modifier amount of times. So you have that many times until you start having to make checks. So You're good for now. Just keep track how many times you use the dash action during this encounter.
So 3 plus your constant.
Yep. So we got just to recap for this turn 1, Kevhorn picks up Benjamin, starts running with the dash action. What does Kevhorn do?
I just run my normal movement. I don't dash.
Okay. You just move your normal movement. So you're 30. Kevhorn is 60 with Benjamin. Further down the hall, which you were already 80 away from the door. All right. And you don't do anything else with your turn, Kevhorn?
No, I guess not.
All right. Then you will see as the door swings open, and it seems to be the first to get to this space was this Fomorian Lord. And he is going to do a perception check because he doesn't know necessarily where you are all quite yet. And you see as he kind of points this long, bony, purple finger, Zathia, going down the stairs. And with that, he will move an additional 10 feet into the hall. So currently 70 away from Siegfried. Then it will be the Earl's turn. Will also run out into the hall here. And begin shouting for guards to come and get to you. So these are guards, intruders, small folk. And then we get to Benjamin, who is currently in the arms of Kevhorn. 30 feet down the stairs. Total of 110 from the door.
Yeah, everyone knows we're here though. They're shouting for guards, all that good stuff.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so I am going to, as far back as I can see, up to 120 feet up this staircase, I'm going to cast Wall of Force with my Biggie's bracelet and try to block up this hallway. I can do 10 by 10 panels to like go up as far. I don't know what the dimensions of this hallway are, but like to cover as much of it as possible.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, you create this wall of force in between you and the giants as you're being carried down this staircase. Anything else for you?
That's my action. Do I have any bonus actions? That would be useful in this moment. No. So yeah, I'll just be gratefully carried down.
All right. Then after Benjamin is this storm giantess. Just checking on a thing here. All right. You can hear a spell being cast behind you. Wall of Force, you can see it, right?
An invisible wall of force springs into existence at a point you choose within range.
Then you don't hear a spell being cast. You just hear more movement coming behind you. And Siegfried would see this tall storm giantess behind these other two giants in the door frame there, but she has not left the room yet.
If it's important, nothing can physically pass through the wall and can't be dispelled by dispel magic, but a disintegrate spell destroys it.
Okay, very good. All right.
If any of those are important.
Yeah,
None of them.
It will be. It will be. Then we will have Siegfried. It is your turn.
I think I'm just going to dash and try to get as far away as I can since Benjamin came in clutch. So.
All right. And did you do your athletics or acrobatics already? I forget.
Yes.
And do you remember what the number was?
I honestly don't.
I think it was good enough because I think I remember I was only going to have Benjamin fall for those numbers you rolled before. So yeah, you're able to get down the stairs.
That was decent.
Yep, you can dash down the stairs and get up to where Kevhorn is.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, effectively with that wall of force, we don't necessarily need to keep in initiative order, we can just have you guys continue down the stairs in this fashion as you hear shouting behind you as they're trying to get around this wall of force and figure out how that is going to go.
That was very clutch.
We're not out of the shitstorm yet.
You do hear two giants approaching the stairs, though. They aren't in the hall yet at the bottom of the stairs. But it seems the guards have been alerted that were in that main room.
Is there enough space underneath these doors that we could hide in one of these guest rooms, or is there not enough of a gap underneath them?
I will say yes, but I'm going to have you all do dexterity checks or acrobatics checks to see if you can make it under the door before these fire giants get within sight of all of you.
Yeah.
Acrobatics check, huh?
Yeah.
Did you say athletics or?
Nope, I said acrobatics.
I know what
we
you
lift
said.
the door up.
That's 7.
I got a 7 as well.
Very good numbers. If we get another 7, I think that's like a lottery thing. So
I think that cancels out how
Yeah.
bad it is, and then it becomes all of us get a 21.
For the rest of
I
you,
got 7 minus 3.
Ugh.
4. What'd
Yeah.
Jeff one get?
I didn't roll yet because I was debating if I should use it.
Well, things are
So what
bad. so, like,
advantage.
probably don't use an advantage at this point, because all of us have rolled really badly.
I have a quick question though.
Yeah.
How does this stupid
Becca
ring
sounds so
work
sad.
again? I get confused with the air elemental control ring every time because I think it's that
You
one
can only
item.
control air elementals.
Okay, so I don't get the spells that come with it.
Nope.
Okay.
Not
It
until
only-
we capture an air
Yeah, the
elemental.
dominate monster works only on an air elemental.
It's just very confusing. I don't know why I have this item.
Oh, good. you picked it up from the Dragon Den, I think.
Yeah, but yeah. it's-
It's either Dragon Den or the Vault. I can't remember.
Okay, yeah,
think
because
that
the
was
ring,
Dragon
because
Den.
the actual item on D&D Beyond has like a bunch of other things it does, but like this version that I have only does the dominate. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
That's the part that I keep forgetting about the ring.
All right. Kevin, what'd you roll?
Double of a 7, 14.
14. All right. You hear the stomping running around the corner, and Seyfried, you're kind of like trying not to scoot too much because you have eyes all over your body and you don't know how they're gonna interact with getting slammed against the ground and scooting under a door. But you're able to just pull your feet under right as these giants round the corner with their freaking ones, both of them.
Oh my
Both
gosh.
rolled a 2 and have a -1 to their dex.
Holy shit.
Make it around under the door right as they go running past up the stairs.
Oh, we gotta go back out.
Is
Go
there a
back out.
window?
Go back to where they came from. We gotta go back out.
There's no windows. No, you'd have to go back out in the hall if you want to leave this room.
Those
Physically.
are the 2 from the room, so we can get through those doors now.
Okay, let's go that way. But also, now that they know that we're here, what do we do? Like, they're gonna have the
You
whole
guys are,
place
like,
looking for
running
us.
as you're doing the
Yeah.
whole thing.
This is like in the head, spores,
Yeah.
as we're running.
Just run.
This is our only chance to get the totem. If we either abandon getting this totem or we continue searching.
I would
it's like-
imagine they would lock down the normal entry. I think we should
we
go
go
for the
for it.
totem.
We go for the totem. But what if it's on Duke Jr.?
I don't think I saw anything that looked like the totem on him.
He did come out of the
have
room.
you
right?
do me a perception check. He was still kind of dinking around up there too. Being a rat, so.
He's just like behind them all, like it's fun. Yeah, that's a 15 perception.
He doesn't see anything on the outside of this armor at all, or anything visible. He doesn't see.
It's not visibly on Duke Jr.
Hey, well, let's find the old man then.
We can also potentially. We're little. We can maybe hide in here. They'll still be looking for us, but potentially on lower alert as we go along. Yeah, just like running towards the 2 doors that the guys were guarding, because I'm assuming that's where they came from.
Yep. Yeah, you make it into this main room. Those doors are no longer guarded. And there is a big enough spot for you to all kind of squeeze your way underneath these doors. And you make your way into this next room, this much larger room. You can tell this is like the throne room where they would hold courts. This very large stone chair flanked by a smaller one with lots of like seating facing it. Almost like an amphitheater kind of thing, but not as raised up. And you do see there is a singular door towards the back of this room behind the throne area.
We just gotta go. Wall of Force lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. You run towards the door in the back of the room, and you get to it. Do you just scoot underneath it again, or what do we...
I mean, yeah, I think like we can't have them. We don't have the time to have Huey scout for us, so I think we're just going.
As we're running towards the door, can I use thaumaturgy to just have it open? It allows an unlocked door to fly open.
I'll say because it's much larger than a normal door, I would have you do a spell casting roll. So roll using your spell casting modifier.
Uh, 17.
17. It like you can hear it kind of, and then it kind of starts squeaking open.
Great job, Sieg.
It's gonna be easier than scooting underneath.
Yeah.
I don't want to get dust in my eyes.
And you all run into this room. This room is a lot dimmer than previous rooms. And you see, like, at this very large bed on the far side of the room, seems to be a figure in it. And you can hear like a very raspy breath coming from whatever figure is in this bed.
Just go start climbing the bedposts. I like motion to Kelborn and Kevhorn of like either like whichever one of you wants to get it at this point. I don't care.
I'm gonna start climbing.
I'll start climbing too, just in case.
Are you just scrambling, or are you trying to be any kind of stealth about this, or what do we think?
No, I'm climbing. No stealth.
All right.
Okay, I'm climbing also then.
All right, give me athletics.
I will, since it seems like we have a little bit of time, I'll take the like actions it takes to like have Huey disappear and then like reappear so that he can be scouting on the other side of this door for us. That'll take like a couple turns, but while we have like a moment inside of here.
17.
18.
17 and 18. Yeah, both of you kind of scramble up this obsidian bedposts and land on this incredibly, it's not really a mattress, it's more of just a stone slab with a blanket on it. And you kind of see as this figure shifts as you land on this bed, and you hear a very, it's loud for you still because it's a giant, but you can tell it's a very weak voice of this figure in the bed. Oh, somebody there.
No response.
No response. All right, what do you do from here? You see the feet kind of shift in front of you. This feet taller than you, kind of blocking. You can kind of make out the face, kind of like a white, like hot fire white beard, with like little flicks of orange and red still in there that kind of move amongst the white very faintly. Long white hair as well on this very old skin cracking face of this fire giant who rests in this bed, kind of dull eyes trying to look around the room for where this noise is coming from, of the two of you scrambling up the bedposts.
Oh, I was hoping you'd take the lead because you have a better deception.
I was just hoping that not saying anything would be enough. It
can be. Like, you don't have to talk to him.
Yeah, can I like try and search him in any way? I can climb on him and like start searching.
This sounds predatory.
Okay,
it is. We're
yeah, that's what I'm just gonna do.
Give me a perception check.
Do it. I love it. This is a good. This is a good decision we're making.
You're helping.
I'm helping you, sir.
Okay.
All right.
That was an 11. Let's see what this will be. Oh, a 19. Okay, it's 19 plus 7, 26.
All right, I'll say you haven't quite started crawling on him yet, but from like where you're standing at his feet, you can see that around his neck there is what looks very similar to the totems that you've seen previously, but looks more like a fire giant rather than the other giants that you've seen on the other totems.
The totems around his neck, I say in Spore.
Go for it. That's all you, brother.
Yeah, go.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Go.
All right, you just start running at it.
That depends on what he's doing, to be honest with you.
He's like trying to figure out if somebody's in the room or not. So he's on alert, but old man alert, you know.
Yeah, how mobile do I feel like he is? Like
he probably won't get up and chase after you if you're like on the floor, but you figure he'd probably swat you if you're like crawling around on him.
Well, I am crawling around on him unless he's a side sleeper.
If you're gonna start crawling around on him,
well, that's the only way I can get the totem, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're just straight up running up, is what I'm saying. You're not trying to be sneaky about it.
I am, but before I do, I cast confusion on him.
Okay.
Oh.
He's already confused. He's a bedridden old man. We're not the heroes in this moment.
I will confuse him more.
What's the save for this?
Oh, that's a great question. It's a wisdom save. See if I can figure out the number. I think it's a 13.
As you cast out the spell, he's sir, who's here? You see, it doesn't really take effect. As he kind of like starts stirring a little bit. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Shoot.
Am I on him?
No, I'll say you're like at his feet.
Okay.
8.
He doesn't take up the entire bed, so there's space to stand on the bed.
I got an 8.
An 8. As he kind of is moving, he kind of moves just enough that you fall off the side of him. Not off the bed entirely, but you do fall to the side of the bed. And off of him, so you'd have to get back on to go after the totem, but you're at the edge of the bed right now, so one more false step without saving, it's going to be like a 2 fail in a row kind of thing to fall off the bed. So
use the fly on you to get through the fire flowers.
Use the what?
Your fly spell, your one use of fly.
But I already used it on.
That's what we were saying.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
I can't help you get this, because if I touch it, it's me.
How far would I have to travel to touch it or claim it or whatever?
I'll say you kind of made it up his legs at this point, so you're kind of at his midsection.
I can help you. My echo can help you. How tall is it?
I've been making these giants taller than the 5e has them. I'm gonna say he's roughly 23 feet tall.
23 feet tall?
Yeah, and you've made it about halfway.
Right. I can make my echo spawn on his neck and cut that thing loose and try and carry it to you.
Definitely cut it loose for sure.
And my echo, it won't affect my echo, right?
We don't know.
Your echo gains fire totem powers. That'd be crazy.
Okay, I'll cut it loose. The plan is I'll cut it loose, carry it by the rope, chain, whatever it is.
As he sends his thing to cut it loose, I want to Misty Step to it.
Okay.
And grab the
Okay.
totem.
Okay, you
That's
Misty
the
Step
plan.
to it. You go to grab it. We'll have you do one more dex save. It'll be a little easier than when you're running up him.
The 10.
The 10. You almost get your hand on it, but he like kind of has a breath. His chest goes up really quick and kind of bumps you up in the air. But it does give Kevlar enough time to get his echo in place to cut the rope if you want to make an attack roll.
Me?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Make an
sorry.
attack roll. Yep. I'll say
It would make more sense for me to
allowed your echo to succeed is what's happening here. So you just have to succeed on your attack roll. It's not going to be a terribly hard one.
It would make more sense for me to use a hand axe instead of a trident to cut it loose.
Yeah.
That is that is a 16.
16. Yeah, you cut the rope. And Kevhorn, as you come back down after being tossed in the air by this strange breath that he just took, you can make. I'll give you one more chance at a dex check this time, or sleight of hand if you have proficiency in that, to try and grab it before you slide off his chest.
If you fail this, I'm going to teleport to it and take it.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out if there's anything I can do to help me here.
As he's falling down, could I try have my echo help him stabilize himself? Actually, could I teleport to my echo's place and help him myself?
I'll say, if you want to teleport to where your echo is and take the dex save to not get smacked, like you're taking the attention away from him, essentially. So you would have to make a dex save. It doesn't matter if you fail or pass this dex save, but Kelborn would get advantage on his.
I'll do it.
All right. You teleport to where the echo is, and the sudden weight that is on like this giant's collarbone, he goes to swing his hand at you. Give me a dex save.
13. You
are able to narrowly avoid this. You kind of like slide behind his shoulder so you don't get sent flying off the edge of the bed. And Kelborn, give me your dex. Your dex check or acrobatics. Or sorry, not acrobatics. Sorry, dex check or sleight of hand with advantage.
Yes. Let's see. Still not great. That's a 13. It's okay. Right?
Yeah, with a 13, you put your hand on this totem and slide off of the fire giant as he's just like starting to almost try to push himself up a little bit, because obviously there are little things crawling around on him. He's trying to figure out what's happening. But you grab this fire totem. Where do you both go from here? Do you just try to hide on the bed, or you're jumping off? What's happening?
Is a blanket long enough for me to just write it down?
Yeah, I'll give you advantage on a dexterity check on taking damage from falling if you want to just write the bed sheet down.
Yeah, I'll take the bed sheet down.
Right.
Where did
Acrobatic?
What?
Acrobatics, or is it just straight?
Oh, it's like, acrobatics works as well. You do have advantage.
Where did I land as I grabbed the totem? You know, it was on his chest. Where did I end up at this point?
Kind of next to his chest, in between his chest and his arm.
How far would it be to run to his ear?
Like less than 5 feet.
Okay.
What you gonna do there, buddy?
I support whatever you're gonna do. I'm just curious.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna run up to his inner ear, like run up as close to his ear as I can, and yell at the top of my lungs. It's all right. We're just here to clean your chamber pot.
Oh, okay.
Give me a deception check.
Actually, why do I get advantage on these? There's a little advantage thing on.
Something about the cloud giant.
Yeah, I think it's the cloud giant totem.
Okay. Not super helpful. That is a math is so hard for me. Basic math. 17.
17. Oh, all right. Well, let me know when supper. Kind of lays back down, goes back to resting. You can easily slide off the bed without an issue. As you do so, you feel the burning heat of this totem in your hand as you begin to take in its essence. I'll give you like the full thing later. I don't have it typed up right now, but if you want to add any of this right now for your escape, you can. You can increase your strength, constitution, or wisdom score by 1 to a maximum of 20. Unless you have something that lets you go past 20, then you can still go past 20. You now always have resistance to fire. And also you get the Searing Ignition. When you take the attack action on your turn, you can replace a single attack with a magical burst of flame. Each creature of your choice in a 15-foot radius sphere centered on you must make a dexterity saving throw, which I'll give you the modifier for that later. On a failed save, a creature takes fire damage equal to 1d10 plus your proficiency bonus, and it has the blinded condition until the start of your next turn. Like successful save, the creature takes half. You can use Searing Ignition a number of times. You go proficiency bonus. You regain all expended use of long rest.
Nice. That's pretty sweet.
That is pretty sweet. Okay, I will. Yeah, at the end of the recording here, I'll probably need to grab all that info.
Yeah.
Sweet. I get a +1. Is it? Did you say or did you? Okay, so
It's
I can either
or.
get a +1
Drink
or
con
that ability.
wizard.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
no,
Okay.
you get that ability and the scoring
Cool.
and the
Awesome.
fire resistance. And I
Awesome.
just want to make sure there's nothing else because I think you might get. Oh yes, you also get an additional use on your Strike of the Giants, which I think you have for Cloud Giant already. But you also get to add a D10 of fire damage.
Oh, so you can do.
And it's once during your turn when you hit something with a melee weapon, or a ranged weapon, or using a throw. You can add fire damage once per turn.
Oh, so now you have one, so you can do it for both of your attacks. You have one for your Cloud Giant and your
Strike
Fire
and
Giant.
Fire Strike.
Yep, that's sick.
Sweet. Awesome. Okay. That makes sense.
All right, and you both land down on the floor and join up with your allies. And I'll say at this point, it's been about 7 minutes.
We gotta get the fuck out of here.
They'll never think to look for us here in this room.
I think this is exactly where they're gonna look for us.
All right, go then.
All right, you begin running out of this room, running across the large throne room.
Sorry, while we're doing this, I'm going to have Huey flying ahead of us as quick as he can to go get our griffins so that they can start coming down to potentially meet us like in that fire flower chamber.
All right. Huey is able to leave this space because of one of the upper windows. You guys get to that warming area. There are 2 large iron doors that are flush with the ground that you came in riding the buffalo.
I can do so. Do you guys want to try to open the door? Great, fine. I can do something that should be able to open the door for us. It will mean that the wall upstairs is going to fall.
Should we just try to open them first, Kevhorn? One go.
Can I use thaumaturgy to help?
I'm just gonna start
Hold
pushing
on.
on the door and just see if I
Hold
can.
on.
Are they gates that swing or are they gates that rise?
They swing outwards.
Okay, so Stone Strike.
Mhm.
One of the things is, well, obviously the target isn't a creature, but one of the things is it can be pushed 10 feet in a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
If it
But I
says it
use
has to be
Stone
a
Strike on
creature,
this
though?
door to try and push it open.
I'll allow it. You do have to hit this door's AC though.
Okay.
And there's 2 doors. You could try to do both of them, or you can just try to do one. I'll say if Siegfried wants to do his thaumaturgy again, he can do another spell casting roll. And if he succeeds on that, it will give advantage to Kelborn if he wants to try one door, and if Kevhorn wants to try the other with his attack.
This is Stone Strike. It's not Strike of the Giant, so I am throwing a rock or a pebble.
Okay.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay. Yep. Kelborn can have advantage on his. So Kelborn use athletics to try and push open this door, and Kelborn's gonna chuck a small stone at this other door to try to get it to open.
21.
Okay. Should I just... Because technically it's a saving throw for the other person.
Okay, I can do a saving throw.
Okay. It's a strength saving throw of 17.
I've been rolling so ass this whole night. Is it just a save not to be pushed back? You still have to hit your attack though, right?
The target takes an extra d6 force damage if the creature...
Yep, so you have to hit an attack first. So roll your attack.
Well, should... Unarmed?
It'd be a thrown weapon, essentially. So use your dexterity modifier plus proficiency. Or no, it's thrown, so strength.
So, okay.
So just a normal attack roll then.
Yep, normal attack roll.
19.
19. When you start pushing on this door, you see a rock go boom and hit the door and bounce backwards. But you are able to push open this door very slowly, and you do hear as people giants start making their way down the stairs at the far end of the hall as you get this door open.
Oh, into the market. I have a plan for this too.
All right, you all start running down the path towards this marketplace. What is your plan, Benjamin?
When I get within 30 feet of this marketplace, I would like to, as loud as I can, I know this is a loud market and everything like that, I would like to cast Compulsion.
Okay.
So, creatures of your choice that you can see within range and that can hear you must make a wisdom saving throw. So it's just as many within 30 feet of me that I can hear and see. On at least one of them, how many of our giants are in there, I am going to use a charm for my keepsake to give them disadvantage on the roll.
Okay.
But so on a failed save, they're affected by the spell. Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your turns to designate a direction that is horizontal to me. And they have to use all of their movement then to move in that direction. They won't move into like hazards or anything like that, but they'll just move their full movement on their turn in a direction that I choose.
Okay. I'm not gonna roll for a ton of giants. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to have you roll a charisma spell. I mean, you roll your spell check modifier thing.
Like my spell attack?
Yep, spell attack.
Cool.
And we'll just see how effective it is. It's going to be effective. We'll see how effective it is.
18.
18. Pandemonium erupts in this marketplace as giants start going different places. Vendors' booths start to get knocked over. People are running in different directions. Some people are just kind of spinning in a circle as one giant kind of scoops all of you up and begins moving you towards the direction Benjamin wants him to move you.
That is not what I want to happen.
That's not what you want. What do you want him to do?
I want how many ever giants that I can. I was hoping to get a couple of them.
Oh yeah, you get a couple of them, and other ones are just reacting to the general chaos as well.
I want them to run backwards past us to start like body blocking the guards that are coming, like trying to get them to like run inside of the palace so that enough of them like they can't move as quickly and easily, and possibly based off what you're describing, like other people are like, oh yeah, go into the palace, and I'll even like shout that in giant too, like into the palace.
Yeah. Yes. So some of these giants start making their way towards the palace, in intercepting the guards that are trying to push past them. You got lava buffaloes just trying to make, are also making havoc in the streets as they're trying to move around this place, as you all begin running through that marketplace.
It sounds like it was going to happen anyways. That does cause the wall to fade, because that is also concentration.
Oh yeah, I will say at this point the wall would have faded on its own, just because
I kind of figured anyways.
Yeah, and I assume you guys are just running through the streets then.
Get the heck out, dude.
I will say, you are in pandemonium now. I need a dex save from everybody here.
Yeah,
Trying to
I
avoid
figured
that one.
Yep, I figured.
Here it goes. And that one.
That one.
I mean, you got the
Bound to
most health, so. I got a 16 on that dex save.
3.
Me too.
Oof.
All right, so let me get some damage. We're not gonna like have you roll multiple times. We'll just do a bunch of damage up front.
Wait, I totally said Kelborn was gonna get crushed by giant foot today.
You did. You caused this to happen. This is your fault.
Oh no.
I was thinking of using advantage, but I'm.
Yeah, I declare advantage.
I took this invocation and was never sure if it was going to come in handy, because it was one of those like, oh, this could be interesting. I'm so glad I actually get to use it.
I'll say you all the Kelborn, and Siegfried take 38 points of bludgeoning damage as you're running through these streets. At one point, Siegfried just kind of gets kicked and goes flying for a bit and like rolls on the ground, picks himself up and keeps running. It's a point where you're all running and Kelborn just gets fully stepped on by a foot. And as he's starting to like push himself up off the ground, another one steps on him and keeps going. All of you make it through, getting stepped on and kicked and things falling on you.
Oh, I stepped in dung. He pulls me off his boot.
Throws you.
I hate to even bring this up, but I took more than half of my health as damage.
Oh, that's great. We have our massive damage. Where even is that?
It's been so long since that happened.
Is that total HP or is that current HP? Half of current HP or half of your total HP that have
I thought
causes
it was
that?
total. And I don't know if it matters, like if this is separate attacks or not, but
I'm not going to count it for right now. We'll do it.
I technically did too, right on the dot.
You guys took enough damage. It's fine. You still got other things to. We're not going to deal with that.
Still got a lot of rooms to go
Wait,
through.
what about me? Did I take it?
What's your max HP?
No, I didn't.
If you have more than 76, then yeah, you're good.
We have the same HP? Why do we have the same HP?
Con modifiers, I guess. But yeah, you make it through this marketplace. I will say as this like the guards collide with the crowd that are trying to confusedly make their way towards the palace. You do see the three giants that were gathering in that meeting room, standing at the top of the stairs, just kind of watching this chaos happen around them, or in front of them, I should say. Kind of just watching the space as you make your way into the tunnel, running across as you get to this bridge that leads over the lava river.
I mean, we just gotta go. I know I keep saying that, but we just gotta go, folks.
You begin to run across this bridge. There comes a point where a buffalo begins to round the corner with somebody bringing it across. Just give me, I hate to ask for it, but more dexterity checks, please.
Oh, this is a
16.
check, not a save.
16.
Okay.
I will proudly say.
I got a 10.
Dirty 20.
19.
19. As you're running down this bridge, the giant kind of spots you. He's like, "Oh, what are small folk doing here?" But you're running so fast at him, and you kind of dip underneath the buffalo. And as you do, it kind of lows and shuffles its feet, and a glob of lava falls down. All of you are able to avoid it. It nearly nicks Benjamin, though, so you will take a little bit of damage.
Okay.
Not a ton, though. To 4 points of fire damage as you just barely skip past this glob of lava falling out of the cylinder.
Okay, is that
That's
already
been half
halved?
twice already? So
Okay, so it's a
that's
full
the
4.
full damage
Okay.
you take. Yep.
Cool.
All right, then comes another long tunnel. It does split. You had Huey going ahead of you to the fire flowers. You know Huey's got to go get these griffins still. And the griffins can't necessarily be in that cylinder for very long, so they won't be able to pick you up at the edge of the fire flowers. So you'll have to go into the fire flowers to get picked up.
Yep.
All right. So you get to the fire flower field. How are we taking this?
We take different paths and just run.
I am going to hold my staff in front of me and cast Cone of Cold, which is a 60-foot cone, so that we have 60 feet of cold damage on these flowers to get inside.
All right. You do that. You get advantage now because of this. So take your what was it? It was stealth with advantage. Is that how this puzzle works?
I don't remember.
Ooh, yay. Okay.
Oh, son of a bitch.
22.
Dirty 20.
14.
I got a 6.
Eee.
I was already planning, but like we are not taking the same paths.
Yep. It is only a 60-foot cone though that this is happening, so you still got to be kind of close.
Yeah.
Pick who you're closest to.
Which is unfortunate. I envisioned Benjamin running directly down the center of it because he like casts it as he's running, so he's just running straight forward.
So you got
All right,
2. Probably next
Yeah,
year.
I'm gonna roll a D4. Who will pick the 2 people that this fireball is also gonna hit? It's a 1, which is Kelborn, and a 4, which is Kevborn.
The heck?
So dexterity saves from the 3 of you, please. As the cinder moths descend on this little spark that was able to burn its way through the frost covering these fire flowers.
19.
14.
12.
I believe it was 15 was the save. So 2 of you are taking half, taking half because of your fire resistance. And Kelborn takes half twice. I moved the dice around and didn't actually count what was on the dice. 10, 20, 30, 32 halved to 16. So 16 for Benjamin and Kelborn, right? Yes. And Kelborn takes 8, right? 8. But getting to the edge of this 60-foot cone, you see the griffins begin to descend down to you. and I'll say we won't make you run the whole field. They are able to come and pick you up at that 60-foot marker as you hop on the back of your griffins and begin to ascend towards the top of the magma chamber.
That went so badly, but also so well.
You make your way through the steam vent and find yourself once again in the cool air of the above ground space, above world.
You know, I was expecting the fire giant totem to be the hardest.
Whoa. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
We
I think that was the easiest one we've done.
we keep getting very lucky.
It's after we raided that cloud giant vault, the bracelet I got there has come in very handy in a number of situations. I think we just go away. We just pick a direction and fly back towards Waterdeep or something, just away from here.
Far.
I mean, what's our next totem?
The only ones that are left are Storm and Death. I don't
We go to
remember.
that. There's a person waiting for me.
We got a cube with a bunch of funny symbols on it that seem to be able to make planar portals. We should check that out before making another deal with her. Wait, I'm lost too? Oh, well, I think we were talking about two different scary ladies. I was talking about Lolth, who gave you a deal to go down to the Death Giants to Shadowfell, but we have to go into the Underdark.
Oh, no, I was talking about her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Because the other one...
a deal at me? Well, I need to pay attention to my bow.
She did. You had a fun little dream, and she's like, hey, there's like a path down here if you want to like come and hang out. Because we'd have to go back to the spider cave, down the side passageway, into the Underdark, down into Shadowfell.
Did Kevhorn tell us that?
I assume.
Pretty sure I did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I told you all about those weird spider stuff that was happening. Yeah, no, I did.
I do have a way to get us to the Shadowfell.
He starts blasting us.
It kills our griffins, drop 1,000 feet.
How?
I don't remember which item it was, if it was plane shift or gate, because I have two different ones. I think it's from that cube.
Mm-hmm.
So just hold the cube up. This is able to transport us to any plane of existence. We technically wouldn't have to rely on that axe, which we don't know how accurate it is anyway.
Yeah.
It's very accurate.
Mm.
Don't doubt my axe.
But it would make for a very quick getaway right now as well.
Oh, I was thinking we get somewhere, rest up, and then go. Because I don't know. I don't really want to go into Shadowfell injured. That sounds like a bad idea. I should be able to cover. I have another hallucinatory terrain, so I can have us blend in from easy scouting. If we can get a good distance away. I don't know if the fire giants have flying creatures. It didn't really seem like that was their shtick.
Was Loth the one that said she knew something about why I'm like the way I am?
I think so.
Yes.
She said a lot of creepy, enticing things to you.
I was looking through my notes and I just wrote down she wants you to come and see her.
Well, are you ready for something like that?
I think there's other places I can look for answers about my predicament. But if we do want to get the supposed death totem, we can just use the magic Rubik's Cube.
Do we want the death totem? Do we not assume that that's just like you touch it and you die?
Well, none of the others have killed us.
Yeah, but this one's the death
You
totem.
didn't explode up into flames when you touched the fire totem.
I feel like I could explode into flames if I wanted.
That's sounds very cool.
Flame on!
Yeah, I'll say you guys fly for a bit until you get a comfortable distance away and land and start setting up camp. And as you are doing so, Benjamin, you get a message in your head. I heard you were at Fire Giant's fortress today. They're not happy, obviously. You might... I don't know what your plans are going forward, but I overheard my parents talking about having a extra special addition to the siege on Waterdeep for insurance policy.
Do you know when the siege is going to happen? We were hoping to get one more totem before we made our way back up.
Sounds like it's gonna start tomorrow eve.
Ooh. Okay, well, we can't wait then.
Avengers is like, ah, fuck.
I'll go alone.
Has your father finished his preparations?
They are still gathering at the Eye of Anam. Some of the scions are still on their way.
Okay. Dasha just contacted me. The siege on Waterdeep is going to be starting soon, within a day or so, and based off of our antics here, Prague is going to have a extra special surprise for it. So I think we may have to put Shadowfell on pause and deal with the siege, but it doesn't sound like they've completed all of their preparations, so perhaps after we break the siege, we can go to Shadowfell if we have time. If it seems like we'll have time before then.
Yeah. Right. Sounds good.
Let's stop siege.
With this revelation, information, and new upgrades for Kelborn, we are going to end tonight's session. So, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We're happy to be back. Again, this campaign usually trades off with Spelljammer, depending on how we can get our ducks in a row. Hopefully both will be back and flowing back and forth. And of course, we do also have our Pathfinder campaign, Vault of Demise. What's it called? Abomination Vault. that also comes out. That should be starting up again soon as well. So thank you all for joining us. Be sure to check out all my players on their various socials or other games that they're in. And we'll see you guys next time. Let's keep making stories together.
Bye.